Welcome back. This is Oral Communication 5, and we are going along with our tip number 6, which we called Give Your Audience Some Beef. So this is part 2, Finding the Beef. Our topic is sustainable energy for all, and you may wonder why we chose this topic, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Well, just think. What do you do every day that doesn't require electricity?
Thinking.
He's thinking.
You got me.
I got you. Okay, maybe breathing doesn't require electricity, right? But basically, yeah, besides breathing, whatever we do in life usually requires electricity, at least at some point. I mean, even walking, the shoes you're wearing, and I'm thinking you're all wearing shoes, have required electricity to be made. So literally, electricity or energy is something that we need on an everyday basis. Yet, many people don't have access to electricity. So that's why we chose that topic, right, Matt?
Sure, but where's the beef?
I'm getting to it. And actually, just to increase the impact of the topic we chose, we would like you to watch a wonderful video by a band called Linkin Park, and the video is called Powerless. So please pause this video and watch the Linkin Park's video. And before we go on with finding the beef, as Matt asked me earlier, to connect to the tip we explained before, we'd like you to keep in mind that at the end of the video, you'll have to try to figure out our thesis statement, and we will share what we think our thesis statement is in class. As a reminder, this is what we would like you to be able to fill out. The purpose of this presentation is to inform the audience about
Blah, blah, blah.
and to persuade the audience.
Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. So keep that in mind as you watch, and hopefully you'll be able to tell us what our thesis statement is. So let's get going with the beef, right? So the reason why we chose sustainable energy for all is because according to the World Bank, again, remember sources, right? So the World Bank says that 1.3 billion people don't have access to electricity. As Matt pointed out in the first video, yes, we will work on big numbers. At this point, let's say it represents 17.8% of the world population. So almost 18% of the world population doesn't have access to electricity. And 2.8 billion, which is almost 39% of the world population, use wood or other biomass for cooking and heating. Biomass, it's anything that comes from nature. So I know it sounds good because it's wood or it's cow poo, which is also
Or corn.
called cow dung, right? For the cow. And what were you saying, Matt?
Or corn husks.
Yeah, corn husks. So anything that comes from nature. So I know it sounds good, but this is what we're going to get to in the presentation to show that actually it has a negative impact on people and the environment. So again, remember sources. So 38.4% of the world population use wood and other biomass for cooking and heating. It's good information, but what does it mean for people in their everyday life, right? Because this could be just something you see on Twitter and forget in 2 seconds. So the idea is that the beef is going to be in the details. What does that mean on an everyday basis? And this is what we're going to show in the presentation. So the idea is to bring your information to life by being specific and showing the implications. So we're going to focus on cooking. Both Matt and I like eating and we like cooking, so it's something close to us. So this is what cooking looks like in a country where people don't have access to sustainable energy.
Although they may not be cooking outside.
Exactly, right? They might be in the tent. These children decided to be outside. And this is what we are used to in a country where you have actually electricity, gas. This is what cooking looks like. So starting your presentation with something that people can relate to, make the information alive. So yes, in developing countries, cooking meal is not an easy task. First, you have to find something to burn, right, for the fire. For us, it's easy. We push a button usually and the gas comes out. And then you have to start the fire. And for having tried to do so myself, I know it's a very difficult task. And on top of this, cooking with biomass, again, biomass is wood or cow dung or husks, corn husks, as Matt said, is time consuming, bad for your health, so bad for people's health, expensive, and bad for the environment. Regarding health, the biggest issue is connected to breathing. And we call this a respiratory illness. So according to a study by Smith et al., young children living in a house using biomass fuel, so wood and cow dung, have 2 to 3 times more risk of serious acute respiratory infections. All these are big words. Just think breathing issues such as pneumonia. And the reason is obvious from the picture. Look where the baby is. Usually young children are with their mother when they're cooking over the open fire. So they're getting all that smoke into their nose and mouth, and that creates breathing illness. Actually, according to the World Health Organization, the smoke of a stove is equivalent to 2 packs of cigarettes per day. And if you look at the picture again, you do realize that's a lot of smoke. So smoke from the stove is like smoke from cigarettes. It's dangerous.
Dangerous? Let me provide a little more beef. Actually, smoke from stoves is the #1 cause of death for children under 5 in the world.
Thank you, Matt, for the added beef. So yes, biomass are dangerous for your health, so that's why we call them a hazard. It's dangerous, and they're also expensive. According to Nicole Skibola, a journalist at the Huffington Post, in 2012 in Haiti, a family could spend an average of 40% of their income just on charcoal. So here usually I ask you to think about the money you're making at your part-time job and remove a little under half of it. That's how much they have to spend just on the charcoal that they need to cook and get warmth from.
And actually, it wouldn't be just your part-time job. It would be your parents' entire income. It's the
True.
family income.
It's the family, good point. So take all of that and take 40% out. Next, biomass are dangerous because it creates environmental issues. Actually, charcoal, I had to look that one up because I wasn't too sure what that meant, but it's basically wood that has been slowly burnt until it becomes black. So charcoal is wood. To bring the topic home, think about the fact that in Japan, barbecues are popular. And usually, when you have a barbecue, you use charcoal to cook your food. And in Haiti, in the 1920s, the forests represented 60% of the land, so more than half of the land. But nowadays, forests only represent 2%. So most of the forest has been cut down because people needed charcoal to cook. To help you better understand the dramatic change in the forest cover, I'll show you a picture of Haiti. And in a way, it's very practical because it's connected, it's next to the Dominican Republic. So you can see the difference between the two countries. On the left side, Haiti. Same country, same island, the Dominican Republic. So you can see how dramatic the impact of charcoal has been on the forest cover in Haiti. So yes, using biomass to cook has a very negative impact on the environment.
And regarding that also, one of the implications is with no trees, when it rains, the water doesn't get absorbed and it causes floods. That floods people where people live.
I know this is all depressing news, but there is always a solution, literally. And Matt will introduce what our solution is for cooking with biomass.
Actually, yes, there's a wonderful organization called the International Lifeline Fund. In 2006, they started a clean stove program in Africa to help women displaced by violence in Somalia, Darfur, Burundi, Kenya, and northern Uganda. Alright, so with this solution, these original clay stoves, they're insulated and they're made entirely from locally available organic materials. Nice, the cost actually is pretty cheap, $2 to $3 each. And it reduces the amount of wood needed by up to 50%, as well as reducing the smoke emissions even more. So less wood needed, that means less destruction of the environment, and reducing the smoke emissions, that's important for the health concerns. Alright, so here's a picture of them using them. So, the International Lifeline Fund has since developed an affordable, portable, and metallic, as opposed to clay, a metallic charcoal burning stove, and that's now being used in Haiti. And as this image shows, at the time this image was taken, 50,000 clean stoves have been delivered in developing countries. That's a lot of people being helped. Okay, so less time spent collecting a lot of charcoal also has other implications, meaning more time for study for the children or the family, for instance. Also, with an efficient charcoal stove, people in Haiti will spend less money. They save about 20% of their income. And with 20% more income, parents can send their children to school, start small businesses, maybe buy more nutritious food. A lot of implications. And finally, as a benefit, cooking stoves which use less charcoal will protect the forest, again, which has implications for more of the, how people are affected by the environment. So hopefully we've demonstrated to you that finding the beef means being specific and showing the implications of your information. Finding the beef also means providing original solutions. Why offer solutions? You want your audience to leave with a positive message, don't you? Also, you want to show that you've thought deeply about the topic and that there is some hope out there.
Thank you, Matt. I think it is a challenging task, but this is what will make your presentation wonderful. And I have to say that the solution part, this is something Matt taught me, and it has helped me be a better presenter, but also be a more hopeful person. So I really strongly encourage you to tackle an issue looking at its solution or solutions, right? There might be more than one solution.
Often there are lots.
Exactly, and we might introduce a bit more in class too. Next time we meet, you should have something to bring to the table, meaning you should have your thesis statement and a bit of meat to share with your classmates so that they think your topic is wonderful and they should go with it. So hopefully the two videos help you understand what we're trying to get you to do in your presentation. Find some beef. Thank you.